I want to travel the world and photograph the streets. That's what I want to do for until I die. Photos I took a year ago or two years ago, I don't like them anymore. I removed them. I don't want to see them because there's a continuous growth and change, and I change, my work changes. But this is the only thing I want to do. I don't want to do anything else. I want to travel the world and photograph the streets. That's what I want to do for until I die. And because it was never about the outcome. It was never about wanting to make money off photography or wanted to do this professionally. This was so organic. This is something that just so like attached to me. It's part of me. It's who I am. It's not what I do. I can't really, describe this. It's like my child now attached to me for life. And there's nothing I can do, like once you have a child, you can't change that. I mean, and then I recognize that I see things differently than most people do. And I took advantage of that. So I am truly extremely grateful until I die that I was able to find what I love the most, and I don't ever want to do anything else.
Yeah. I loved your analogy about like having a child, and it's just you've given birth to this artistic creation that is yours, that is, ultimately the soul of Tunde, right? And actually, speaking of that, so I'm wondering, is there a certain project that could be described as the truest essence of who Tunde is? Is there any project that you've encountered, that you've gone on, that you've accomplished, that you say that's me, like I see me?
I think it hasn't happened yet.
No. Okay.
But I also look at my work as a continuous growth. It's an ever evolving project. My entire life is a project. It was, so organically became part of my life. I travel alone to not always the safest places, and I'm by myself. So it's sort of like it helps you develop certain skills that otherwise you wouldn't be able to. And for example, self-reliance and what it's like when you're fully on your own out in the wild on the streets at night, where it's not safe, carrying thousands of pounds worth of gear on you. And every time I traveled somewhere, I was always obviously in a different stage of my life, in a different emotional state. So my work is sort of like an evolution or like a mapping or like of the emotional states I lived through along the journey. And so I would say this entire journey is a project, and I think it's going to be an ongoing project until
you can't do it anymore.
Exactly, until I cannot see, or until I cannot,
right? Or
and,
or you can't lift all the equipment.
Exactly. But I think I'm gonna be one of those old ladies, at like 80, still on the streets with a tripod, shooting. And I am working on something right now. Well, I'm preparing for something right now that's going to be a bigger project. And